another key clamped up in the vise here today, and this one came from Mr. Bobby Keyz. Bobby, I appreciate the lock. Thanks for sending it and everything. And this one was built by Den Brass. Den, as everybody knows, is a pretty tricky little Canadian, and he likes to make some really evil locks. Normally, his biddings is what's crazy. The bidding on this one isn't too bad. Heck, I still got a Den Brass lock sitting in my naughty bucket. And hopefully to get it out of here one of these days, but I've been having a little bit of trouble getting past his bidding. Trying to get underneath these pins all the way in the back, and that pick just wasn't wanting to do it. Okay, I got a few clicks out of pin 4. Let's see here. Not that pick. Yeah, that ought to do. There we go. I had a little click off of 3. There's a couple clicks off of 5. And I've got a little bit of a false set off of 4. Pin 1. Okay, there's a nice click off of pin 1. Low counter rotation on 2. Okay. A little counter rotation on pin 3. A little difficult to get underneath of. Okay, I've kind of lost my feel on pin 3. So let me check these other pins. Actually, back to having counter rotation on pin 1 again. Okay. Okay, I just rolled around with 3 there a little bit. My false set got a little deeper. Kind of lost my feedback. I'm going to stick a really tall pick back in here and see what happens. I'm going to try to rotate back, drop a couple pins back down, and kind of start from the beginning again, because I think when that last setting of pin 1 may have caused some trouble. Not that big. Okay, I think that was pin 4. Actually, I don't think, I'm pretty darn sure it was. Okay, I got a fairly deep falset now. And I've got some seriously strong counter rotation from pin 1, so I'm going to have to hit it nice and slow. It's taking me all the way back. Whew. Yeah, I've got a real slight falset now, but setting pin 1 kind of made me lose feedback on everything. Oh wow, there we go. That was off of pin 4. I was just must have been hanging on a tip or something. Maybe it's a T-pin. It wasn't giving me any feedback, and I did give it a pretty heavy shove. So maybe it's just maybe it could be a reduced diameter spool. I've run into that before. But then again, I'm just throwing out excuses to explain my lack of picking ability on this lock, apparently. That wasn't too bad of a clip. Okay, I've recently learned my lesson on locking them back up with a lock that was possessed. Even though I had a key that was the correct bitting, that darn thing didn't want to work. Okay, I've got that shim all the way in. And that was the number 1 key pin, so no big deal. Zoom in on these and give you a good show of what I'm taking out of here. Man, some pretty good evil. And looking at the plug, I've got threads in every chamber, so he went to town with his tap. Probably brought a brand new tap just for that, because those were real sharp pins. And I'll zoom in on them and show you in detail here after I gut the Bible. I've got a really nice serrated spool made from a key pin, and I can also tell that has a copper spring and it's serrated. I've got a serrated spool, and that's serrated with a steel spring. I've got a serrated T-pin. I've got exactly what I thought was in 4. And I've got a nice serrated. And he's got different types of springs in just about every chamber, and you can kind of tell based off the reflection there that every chamber is threaded. I'll turn it around and show you chambers 1 and 2. You can see that they're threaded as well. So lots of work done to the Bible and the plug. So now let's show you these pins, because he did a really good job on these pins. We turn them all sideways just to make them easier to see. Okay, we'll just start out at the key pins. I've got a nicely serrated key pin in one, a nicely serrated key pin T-pin that is also a reduced diameter spool on top, a finely serrated with very deep serrations. I've also got another T-pin key pin, and it is got a little bit of a lip on the top, and a nice finely serrated key pin here. As far as the drivers, let me get them all oriented here. Okay, I've got a nice deep dumbbell spool with one serration. I've got a spool with a serration. I've got a serrated spooled T-pin, and that T-pin has a very slight lip on the bottom. This is the one that was hanging me up in chamber 4. It was a spool that was serrated, and it's kind of hard to tell. I'm actually zoomed about as good as I can. There is a small lip on the edge of that. I don't know if you can make it out or not, but that's as zoomed as my camera and as focused as it'll get. And then we've got a really finely, sharply serrated pin here for chamber 5. Then Brass, you did one hell of a job making this lock. Great job. Bobby, thanks for sending it to me. Everyone else, please stay safe, don't do anything illegal, and please like and subscribe.